Hello and welcome back. DOOL Spoilers tease that in Salem, whenever a baby is snatched from their parents in Salem, Dr.Raynor is involved. Viewers may recall that during the 1-year jump, Dr. Sarah and Kristen gave birth on Mother's Day. Unfortunately, Sarah and Adrian were kicked out the way on their way to teaching hospital. Adrian passed away shortly after, while Sarah gave birth on the side of the road. Xander and Victor were in the maternity ward when Xander realized Sarah's baby had stopped breathing. Dr. Raynor had just delivered Kristen's healthy baby, as she was to tell Xander and Victor that Sarah's injuries from the wrecked car were too serious and her baby was dead. The curious men knew they had to act fast, so while she was out of the room, they changed the babies. Dr. Raynor was appalled but agreed to help them after they both threatened her and paid her a hefty sum. She allowed Kristen to believe her daughter was dead, but over time, Dr. Raynor's guilt won out. Xander threatened to kill her if the truth was revealed. Eventually, she moved to New York City, where she stayed until Nicole finally found her and made her confess the whole sordid story. After realizing that the doctor didn't really have a choice in his actions, Nicole did not seek any legal responsibility. She had every chance of a second chance, so that begs the question of what was drastic and dramatic enough that Dr. Raynor kidnapped a set of newborn twins straight from the maternity ward. Two things come to mind: fear and money. One theory is that after seeking a pic of Brady and Chloe kissing platonically on New Year's Eve, Kristen broke down. She only went to jail to prevent Lanny from being arrested, and going to jail herself for helping Kristen escape the law. But if Kristen believes she's losing Brady anyway, she could blame Lanny, and when Kristen gets angry, she becomes dangerous. But she's in jail, so if she's really after Lanny, now she might need some help. Kristen is probably the only person in the world who can manipulate Dr. Raynor to help her. After all, Kristen lost the first year of her daughter because Raynor told her that her daughter was dead. But it's hard to imagine keeping the babies herself for very long, which means you would have to have another accomplice, someone who has hated Lanny for a very long time, and who would most likely be Vivian. Last summer, Vivian returned to Salem, still accusing Lanny of shooting and killing Vivian's son, Stefan. Vivian had tried to run to avoid jail. So even as Lanny fired his gun, Stefan jumped between the bullet and his mother and died shortly after. So on Lanny's wedding day, Vivian attempted to kill her, but was arrested and taken into custody instead. Shortly thereafter, Vivian faked her own death to avoid facing jail time. But even as he left town, his hatred for Lanny grew worse. The truth is, Kristen is probably not involved in the kidnapping plot at all, although that would be a shocking revelation and go a long way in explaining how Dr. Raynor is involved. The cruelty it would take to keep two newborns away from their parent rings in Vivian's eye. It would be interesting to see why Dr. Raynor would even consider getting involved in this kind of mess again. But with Vivian's return to Salem, anything can happen. Thanks for watching, bye, and see you again.